The name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen and listen good. I'm talking to you. When a new kid moves in on your block, what's your attitude? Do you figure, what do we need him for? Well, I pity the fool that makes that mistake. You want to know why? Then watch what happened in San Francisco when a new member joined our team and tried to help solve the mystery of the golden medallions.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of Let 'Em Breathe. I am your host, Left Coast Graphics Rick. You can call me Rick. And my special guest today from Parts Unknown, the Nathan Bowden Show. Welcome, sir.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going?
Yeah. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Welcome.
I'm good.
So are you in California, but you're from the Chicago area? Am I correct there?
Yes.
Or is Parts Unknown accurate?
No, I mean, I was born in DC.
Okay.
And spent most of my teenage and young adult life in Chicago. And then after I got married and the wife got a new job, we moved to LA.
Okay.
And we've been here over 10 years.
Okay, so you did spend many years in Chicago.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm correct, and that's the home of Mr. T, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
As far as I know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, when I was in Chicago for the Star Wars celebration in 2019, I didn't go look for him, but I did, do some Googling and is he making any appearances, while I happen to be here, or hanging out at the YMCA, or I know he's a very charitable man, very religious man, so I know he's busy with his.
I don't think I think he's just now recently started making appearances, because I haven't seen or heard from him for a couple decades now.
Yeah, the one place I do hear from him is on Twitter.
Okay.
Mr. T on Twitter. I don't think he has a Instagram or a Facebook or other socials, but I know, it's official Mr. Pity the Fool, Mr. T himself, on the Twitter, and he tweets a lot about American women's soccer, and he's very pro the U.S. sports teams and stuff, which is awesome. To see him cheering on the different girls and boys and stuff like that. And I usually comment with Canada go, just kind of. I remember the Olympics, he was really going hardcore on the women's curling team. Ooh, and I'm like, curling, come on, that's Canadian sport, come on, so yeah, so awesome to reply to his tweets, and
I love curling.
What's going on, Dino
the Machino?
Guaz, how you doing? Daz Dark Lycan, how you doing today, sir? Mr. Rolando, welcome. I know that Mr. Dave's Dimensions is also doing a raffle charity stream today. We'll probably go about an hour. I'm not sure how long Dave and Duffman, and I think he's got maybe a couple guests are going, but good luck to everyone who did enter that contest. And sorry we got a little bit of an overlap, but if you watch one, you can watch the other in a replay, and hopefully you win the prize if you did enter the raffle. So good luck to everyone who did.
I'm shooting for that diorama. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, he does make some good stuff, man. I need several dioramas. I love my Billy bookcases, but just every shelf I would love to fill with a different themed diorama, whether it's a Death Star scene, a street alley would be awesome, because the one that Duffman made, you can use it for Ninja Turtles or Marvel Legends, or whatever you name it.
Use it for wrestlers. You can use it for whatever.
Dave's
back alley area, just beating up people.
Dave's going a while, so cool. We won't be.
Yeah, he'll be going for a while. He's got 4 different prizes you give away.
So many of you may have seen some of my profile pictures over the Halloween period, where I showed off my Mr. T Halloween costume that I've worn twice. Because you can't see. I pulled these pulled these
Uh-oh.
nice
There we go.
camouflage pants out of storage,
Ooh,
but I
nice.
couldn't find my denim overalls. Like, I have the
Oh,
denim overalls for one reason only, and that's for, because I love Mr. T.
see,
And
now
I
you're
wear
now
them
you're
all
making
the time in the 90s.
now you're making me think about like Halloween for next year.
Oh man, it's I loved it, man. I got so many friend, like we went to I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I guess, when I really did dress up. So I didn't have a big beard at the time, so I had like I pulled this out of storage, like, so I literally
Nice.
double-sided boob taped this to my bald noggin, and I had all the good stuff going on. It was super fun, man. And I was the first Halloween, I was a designated driver, so I wasn't boozing it up, but because we were driving my friend's family van, like a caravan.
Oh, so you were so you were driving the
get the
van.
Mr. T vibes going, the B.A. Baracus vibes. It was fun, man. I didn't win no contest or nothing, but it was the thrill of participating as one of my favorite, pop culture icons. I guess that's a good term of all time. Like, so yourself as a young Black American who grew up in the Chicago area, like, are you as much of a Mr. T fan as I was as a kid growing up in Ottawa, Canada? Because for whatever reason, he was real. He was so real to me that everything he said was, I'm not going to say was religious to me, but it was important to me. Like, it seemed like he wasn't always playing, the character of Mr. T or BA. He sincerely is, a gentleman and a giant. And I've watched as many documentaries and interviews with him as that I know exist.
But for me, I was, a young man, even before I moved to Chicago, when I was living in DC, because I watched the 18 as a kid. And for me, as a young Black man, like if anybody's ever really noticed my collection of figures, a lot of my figures, especially like the wrestling, are very Afrocentric.
Yeah.
And because, a lot of times representation like for me is important. And if I can see representation, I want to show it off. Not saying I don't get anything else, but that's kind of where I'm at, because that's how I grew up in my household. My parents were always, you don't exclude anybody else, but appreciate who you are. Because sometimes some people won't. And so anytime I see somebody representing in a positive way, who I am, I will, I gravitate towards it. Like Junkyard Dog. Junkyard Dog was one of my very early famous wrestling figures, or wrestling people. That I gravitated towards.
And a very lovable, likable man too, as is Junkyard Dog character. He was still like the fans loved him.
He was technically bigger than Hulk Hogan in popularity.
Absolutely, dude. And I think it was, on the beginning road of a lot of those wrestlers becoming huge pop icons, entertainment superstars, as the term is. Hulk Hogan is the one that it all kind of, they based it on him. Like, I guess he was their big, real marketable superstar.
He was the one that broke into the media. Like, he was the one that everybody said, oh, so wrestlers can be mainstream. And so, but like my figures, when I was younger, I used to play, like, my two favorite figures ever. And if you look at my logo, you can see one of them is Clamp Champ from Master Universe. And the second one, Motu just got Sunman. And the whole reason Sunman was created because the mom wanted her son to see representation. And that's why.
Yeah, so fun, man. So fun to see that figure out again.
So that's why Mr. T, for me, like, I never had the chance to get like a figure of his or anything. But just seeing him really made like I love this cartoon.
Hello, cat.
Like, and if I saw his cartoon, I'm like, wow, you are pretty big to have your own cartoon.
Absolutely, and with Mr. T, like
too.
the cartoon he had was very shortly after, like I think the first season of the A Team. So
Yeah,
the A Team really being his debut for us, and television and movie and whatnot. But very quickly, the cartoon and some merchandise and stuff were developed.
but he was positive.
He was the most positive guy ever, I think, in pop culture, and still is to this day. Like,
oh yeah, like the persona he gives off on TV is so 180 of the person he actually is, and you see, and it's wonderful. Just like I think people underestimate like the kind of actor he is, because you see him as Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, and you go, what the? And then like you walk around and you're like, is he like really that aggressive and angry?
yeah.
And then it's just like you talk to him and he's like, and now I've seen a couple of interviews of him and whatnot, and just see him interacting with the media and the public, and it's like, dude, he is complete opposite of that, and I love it. Like
Some of
like I
my
said,
favorites.
positivity.
Some of my favorites, early appearances, Mr. T on David Letterman in the 80s. I went through and I watched a couple hours this morning. I was going to pull up and play some videos. We might still play one of my favorites. But I watched a few, and he's had several Mr. T appearances on David Letterman, as himself, and promoting upcoming WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan. Roddy Piper was involved. He was fighting. Who's the cowboy? Was it Bob Orton?
Bob Orton.
Well?
Yeah.
So he'd go on the Letterman and sitting there, and David Letterman. So yeah, wrestling's fake, and Mr. T's like, starts flexing his bar. He's like, 3 more flexes, and I'm tearing the desk apart. And he stayed in his badass character every appearance he ever made on David Letterman and any of those late night talk shows. And as a kid, for me, that to me was mind blowing, because it's a character, right? But you also know, like, oh, whoa, he's really gonna like beat up David Letterman.
Yeah,
that guy in the audience who heckled him, he was ready to get up, and then he broke his chair. Like it's so real that it becomes real. Like it's or reality in a way. But his performances on the David Lettermans are by far my favorite. One of his best interviews he's ever done, and if you haven't watched it, please go watch it with the late Larry King. I think it was in the early 2000s, so a little later on in years for both of them. But it's great. It's a little more personal. Mr. T, he's not playing the character of Clubber Lang or Abe Baracus, but it's still the same guy. Like he's still, his love for humanity and peace and charitable stuff and God is in all his characters, even though it may not be the most prominent thing. It is him. It's him, and it's one of the reasons why myself and I guess so many other fans still love him to this day. And if there's one person on my bucket list of people, celebrity wise, to ever meet, fist bump with, get an autograph, just make eye contact and start shaking and smiling, it would be Mr. T himself. Like I'm not lying. It would truly
if I
be
ever
the number one item on my list.
If I ever see that he's at some convention near me, I'll tell my wife, look, we need to go to this convention. I don't know if tickets are still on sale, but somehow we need to go, because like he is a bucket list person. All I need to do is get a picture. That's all.
See, I would love a picture, but the story of saying I saw Mr. T, at a convention or speak live in front of an audience, whatever the reason. Like I'd go sit on Mr. T's lap instead of Santa Claus's lap. If he was appearing at the mall. There's a famous picture of Nancy Reagan sitting on Mr. T's lap at the White house for like a little Christmas photo op in front of the tree, holding up one of these beautiful Mr. T dolls.
Nice.
So I wanted to play this little sound effect earlier, but let's do it now.
All right.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, that was fun and sweet. So I'm gonna show off some of my vintage, some of my earliest
Okay.
T toys before I rip a couple of new ones open that I'm edging to tear.
Yeah, we'll start with vintage, and then because I'm more modern, but I am looking at trying to, like, now that I think most of the modern I've got. There's only one more figure and it hasn't come out yet that I need to get.
That new Origins one and the camouflage.
Yeah,
yeah. That's man. If I don't see that in Canada, I'll.
But I mean, if I'm able to get two, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Dino actually just found me a Scare Glow because they just kind of re-released them, I believe, in America, and never saw him when he first came out in Canada. I remember grabbing Trap Jaw and some of the fun characters I love, but I never saw the Scare Glow, and never had a Scare Glow as a kid because I wasn't a big Motu kid. But I want him now. I want that. Undertaker in the Scare Glow kind of paint too. I missed out on that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them on the shelves, and I'm like, do I like these toys? And then they made Mr. T, and then I was almost all in on all those Origins.
That's how it always happens.
Because of this, like this is my figure of the year of 2021.
I mean,
you do got awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love that toy, man.
But like I'm like, after the modern, that's my next goal, is to go back and start getting vintage.
So did you have some like Mr. T's or A-Team figures or
no? I never did.
Because I know you're a couple years younger than me. I'm 29. I'm thinking,
I'm 27.
Okay, I'm not 29. I'm 51. I'm 51. So I was around when they made these toys. So I, as a kid, my first toy was the B.A. Baracus action figure, the 3.75 action figure that came with the van or the rest of the A-Team and the bad guys.
Yeah.
No, I had the figures. I don't think I had the van. The van I do have down here. But I absolutely loved. I also got the 5-inch ones, which I got them packed away. But I
think I might have had like a Hot Wheels van.
Oh, you better have Hot Wheels vans. They made a few. Now Greenlight makes all the cool A-Team vans in different scales and sizes.
Like I said, that's the thing, is like, now, like, I don't know where that van is. For some reason, I know it because I didn't have anything A-Team, but I love the hell out of A-Team, and I wanted it. But I think the van cost more than the Knight Rider car. So I think my parents got me a Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Over A-Team. So I had the Knight Rider car. I was like,
I wonder, Mark is a big Knight Rider fan, and Mark is like, I think he's 10 years older. No, I'm just kidding. Mark is about the same age as me. I wonder if Mark actually was. I think he was for sure an A-Team fan, like an 80s TV fan, like me. These cool pop culture shows. But a question for Mark: did you like the Knight Rider better than the A-Team? Did you have a preference, or was it just Doctor Who was first and then everything else followed? I know growing up in the UK, you got different preferences, and maybe a lot of these shows weren't on at the same time they were on here in Canada and America. But I remember, the weeknights or whatever night of the week A-Team was on.
It was like A-Team and then Knight Rider.
They were all kind of on the same time, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was like, and then I think a different channel had Airwolf on.
Nice. Which one did you get, man? Hopefully it's a good one. Oh, Knight Rider is greater than A-Team. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, personal preference. I'll let you have that, but I really wanted A-Team more than anything.
A-Team for me was just, I guess, and this is the question that David Letterman had asked Mr. T, like in 1982 or something. Like, he's like, so you're the star of the A Team, and Mr. T is like, no. George Papard is the star of the A Team. I'm a co-star, you know, and he's very humble about it all too, right?
Yeah.
He mentioned not being a star, and then David Letterman kind of called him out on it. Like he's like, "Well, come on, you know, would the A Team be the same if you, Mr. T, were not on it?" And Mr. T's like, "Oh, for sure." And I totally disagree. Like he's the reason why I like the A Team. It wasn't Face Man.
Yeah.
It wasn't
No,
Hannibal.
yeah.
The van was pretty badass, but I mean,
I like
Mr. T
T
driving that van.
I don't think I would have watched as much if Mr. T wasn't on it, but I also do think I liked their dynamic, like how they all work together, and like you got BA and Murdoch always going at it with each other, but you knew it was like brothers fighting each other.
Yeah, the comic relief, you know, like I don't want to consider that show a comedy, but
no.
It was at least 33% like considered a comedy, I guess, because there were so many of the
I mean, there were funny moments,
the jabs and jokes between, you know, like you said, Face Man and Murdoch, and Mr. T and Murdoch, and you know,
like I feel like there were funny moments, but it was like it felt more realistic, if it could be realistic, than like Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Where it's
because they won't.
I'm like, you got
realistic in that way, but yeah, I guess you know because the Knight Rider was like a futuristic, you know, fancy car that didn't exist in the 80s. You know, realistically, the A Team, everything did kind of exist. You know, and it was realistic in that way.
And it wasn't like even like every week when they had to like they were trapped somewhere and they had to get their way out by using the stuff around them. I'm like, yeah, it's not really as realistic, but it's still like they're using stuff around them to make a giant tank to get out.
And do you think MacGyver totally ripped off the A Team in a way, like by just building stuff with a duct tape and toothpicks?
Oh, probably.
All of a sudden they got
I never even thought about that, but I could see that.
Because that was, you know, that was MacGyver's thing was, I got a stick of bubble gum and a piece of
piece of rope and a toothpick, and now I can break into Fort Knox.
Yeah, the A Team, they're like, okay, we got this John Deere ride 'em lawnmower, and we're gonna put armor walls on it, and you know, all 8 of us are gonna sneak through the enemy line, kind of thing. Yeah, just the best of all the best.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, one of my earliest Mr. T's is the 3.75.
Oh my goodness.
I believe it's if it's not Mego, I'm losing my mind here, but it's Mego style, O-ring style. And then something that I've never seen before, no one else has ever been able to tell me what it is. I've reached out to many toy experts over the past 10 years or so. A couple of them have even passed on since then. Like these are some of the toy experts that, you know, that I knew. But this is I don't know if this is a prototype, a bootleg, a hard copy, but it's basically a 6-inch version of this Mr. T, but in yellow. And I don't know where it's from. Nobody seems to know. They're like, oh, it's just a bootleg. But I'm like, okay, how come no one else on the planet has a freaking photograph or knows of it? Like it's stumped everybody I've ever asked. So now that this is on the YouTube, maybe, you know, someone else who's a big Mr. T, you know, fan like ourselves might recognize it and be able to, hey, I know what that is. That's from Brazil in 1982. But if you know, please let me know, because nobody seems to know, man. It's got the similar kind of screw in the back, the POF rivets. It's very similar plastic, so it doesn't feel like it's you know, resin, or it feels like a production piece. If you ask me, in my
it just hasn't gotten like the full paint job or something, maybe.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a different color too, right?
Yeah. I'd say Clubber Lang, Mark. Between Clubber Lang and BA. Do you
have a preference of those two characters?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Clubber Lang, just because he's a very stark difference to Mr. T. Like it's like I said, it's like a 180 of who he is and for him to be able to pull that off and make you go, like, even if you see him down the street after playing that, you're like, I like, you hate him.
I hated him, but I loved him for being such
That's
a
what I'm saying.
badass bad guy.
Like you loved to hate him. Like it was like one of those things where you're like, holy cow, like this dude is an a-hole. Like, and it's pretty cool. Like
Possibly.
what he's like, come over here, sweet cheeks.
Oh man, that's another video I wanted to play, but again, I'm not that I'm monetized or anything, but I don't want to not get ever monetized because I'm just playing videos freely. But yeah, the scene in Rocky 3 where this Clubber Lang shows up.
Oh,
I believe this is Jax. We'll get to that, but he shows up, and you want a real man? Come here, woman. Let's go back to my apartment and I'll show you a real man. And I'm like, oh my god, it's one of my favorite badass scenes in all movie history. To be totally fair, like I loved that Clubber Lang attitude that he brought, and every time he spoke, it was meaningful and aggressive, and it was that bad attitude, that we know from his other characters, but this was the extreme version of the bad guy or the villain in the Rocky movies. I just loved it. I loved all the Rocky movies. I'm also a huge Rocky fan. So I did not have this as a kid, but this is the first Clubber Lang action figure that came out. I also got the Thunder Lips and the Rocky, but yeah, this is more the 5-inch kind of A-team scale that also came out in the 80s. But yeah, that's the mouth guard kind of thing, because he was always
Motu style. That's the Motu style.
It's very similar to Motu style. Yeah. The only articulation, like are the legs and the arms and the head. So that's why I'm so happy that they're re-releasing.
Oh yeah.
It's how much bigger it is too. They're releasing similar, fun. Okay, this is getting a little hot now. Similar fun toys, but is this a toy you ever had?
No. Like I said, I like all the vintage stuff. I never had it. Like I wish I had.
Pretty reasonable. I think, I might have paid $20 or $25 for this, but 20 years ago, I don't think the prices are that much crazy now. You probably still get it for $20-$30. Similar condition. I think it's complete. Shorts are kind of falling down because the elastic's getting old, but the gloves are removable, so they're nice soft rubber that comes off.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
But that's cool. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I was really young. Like I was probably less than 10 years old when that was out. So it was like I had to ask my parents for stuff and to buy me figures, and they were like, I don't think I ever saw any 18 or Mr. T stuff ever in any like Toys R Us or.
No, it kind of went away in the late 80s, 90s because there wasn't merchandise, or movies or entertainment properties to go along with him because he wasn't in the business as he was in the 80s. But NECA, was it NECA or no, Jax? Then Jax started making some Rocky figures, Rocky 1, 2, and 3, and I believe I have all the Mr. T's from that one. So there's the street, hey woman, come here, woman. This figure, just a great.
Gonna be with a real man.
Great sculpt. So now you're getting these NECA figures. For whatever reason, they're more expensive than the vintage Rocky figures. So this guy, he might be a $40, $50 figure now. It's cool. The soft goods are cool. It's kind of got that fake leather jacket. It's even got like a cool T-shirt underneath.
Nice
tank top actually. So I should put like a little put this Mr. T.
Oh, there you go.
Mr. T-shirt. So that was one of the early Jax ones, and then Jax. Then I think transitioned to NECA, and then NECA comes out with the two Clubber Langs, black and blue short.
Oh my goodness!
Just badass free man. some of the coolest NECA figures ever made. I'm not gonna lie, they're not gonna break. They're not fragile like all the other NECAs.
Yeah.
They used to. They made some quality toys in their history, believe it or not. And these are some of them. So, yeah, NECA Mr. T, NECA Rocky.
Oh, man, that's.
And then I see you got that one behind you.
Oh yeah. So
beautiful box.
I got this. I got one out the box.
Oh, did you get two of that one?
Yeah. So I bought one, and I kept it in the box.
It's a good looking box too. I think I only bought one. Yeah, I just bought the one.
And then I saw a second one online for a decent price. So I was like, I can take one out the box now.
Yeah. So, oh, is this an official Let 'Em Breathe?
Well, I'll just
this
show
is your sealed one.
Yeah, this is like the tape is already off, but it's
great figure, man. Like I have him out already too.
I love like the front, the back, and then like this is him inside.
Yeah, it's a sweet packaging, man. Mattel knows what they're doing when it comes to their collector friendly packaging. So
yeah,
even though you might have had to cut a piece of tape on the top, it's still removable from that clamshell and displayable on a shelf in that box, or you can take them out and play with them like I'm doing right now, right?
Like you got there's the little tab up here. You can take the top off.
Yeah, they're on top of the packaging, collector friendly packaging game. Hats off to Mattel. Some of the best packaging in the past couple of years have been from Mattel. Like they got the Ghost Rider Hot Wheels car, this particular Mr. T one, and you got those newer retros from last year that I have not got yet, but I still need to hunt that one down because I see.
You talking about this one?
Yeah, I need that one bad.
Well,
it's not like on retail stores in Canada, right? You have to order it from like Ringside or
Ringside has it.
Let's probably like Entertainment Earth and stuff like that too. I did just make a big Entertainment Earth. Hit me up. I paid like $35 shipping. That's
hit me up later. Hit me up.
I will,
buddy. We'll talk after this because I have extra.
Oh, and then the Pity or the Fools, these Motu Origins.
Oh my goodness!
Like I said early on, my favorite figure of 2021. So
they got this one, but they have one that is, I think it's supposed to look like this.
Yes, and it's overalls. Yeah,
but it's in the same style as the Motu, but they're doing because WWE is doing Superstars now, so they changed over from the WWE Motu, so now it's just WWE Superstars. So Superstars in Motu style or Remco style, whatever you want to call it. And
the one thing about that series, when they changed it over, like from the Masters of the WWE universe, where they made the wrestlers, or they made the wrestlers look like Motu characters, right? They were $15 in Canada, $15 all day long, and they were very easy to collect.
Same here.
Then they changed over to now it's just WWE in this Motu style, and now they're $30 in Canada. So they literally, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they're $20+ in America too, right? Like
they're like
players and Kevin Nash.
Depending on the location, it's like it could be 18 to like maybe 20 to 20, 22 at the highest, maybe, because then you start getting into like the actual regular figures, the elites and stuff that are only like 20, 23.
Yeah, so I really don't get that because it's not like if anything, there's less licensing involved because they're only having to pay for the WWE licensing as opposed to covering WWE and Masters of the Universe for their packaging, which I don't get why the packaging or why the price doubled. I'm thinking maybe they made a mistake and they accidentally charged only $14.99 Canadian, but
Yeah, I think that
Whatever reason,
I
man.
think they must have made a mistake with you guys, but I think when they changed, I think I think the whole plan was when they changed over, like they wanted to. Part of that was they wanted to raise the price a little bit. So,
And I get it. There's things happen in the world.
but when you double it, that
It
becomes a
really was
problem.
double, and it's tough. Actually, when they first came out, my buddy told me, he's like, "Hey, I found Kevin Nash and Ric Flair," but he's like, "They're $35," and he's like,
Ooh,
"Frick Mattel, right?" And I'm like, "What?" So I went and checked my Walmart the next day or two, and I got them, and yeah, they were $35. So I think they've lowered the price $5 for whatever reason. Maybe they made a mistake, or they realized no one's going to buy this toy for $30 when every other toy is cheaper.
yeah.
Even Black Series, now they're $35 and $45 here, and it's getting ridiculous.
So I even have a couple of
yeah.
Funkos.
Oh yeah.
So this one was the one that came, I think, by himself.
Yeah, that's this one here. No bendy bar?
No, was the Bendy Bar by himself?
No, the bendy bar is this one with Hogan.
Okay. So yeah. So I got the Bendy Bar.
Yeah, you got him there. Yeah, rad.
But then I also have the finger, which one where he's just pointing. And that one,
just a third one? Oh no, okay, that's this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one by himself.
Yeah, they're both got the red. I would love to see. Actually, I got a PA Baracus one somewhere. I don't know where it is though. I thought I pulled them all out.
Yeah, I've been. That's my next goal is to find 18
This
stuff.
isn't Funko, but this is just a piggy bank.
Oh, okay.
So it's there's no A-team license involved, but I believe there is, a Mr. T license because he is his own license now. And
Yeah.
I would like very much to make Mr. T merchandise. So, Mr. T, sir, if you're watching, or your agents or your people are watching, please contact me so I can make cool Mr. T merchandise.
Yeah. I mean, you got what? I got this one.
Yeah, that's one I'm ripping into today. That's the Roddy Piper one.
Yeah.
So where were these available in the States? This one,
Ringside.
is that it? Only Ringside?
Well, at first they were, but I think some local toy stores probably, because I know one of my local toy stores that I usually go to, Toys in the Box, great place to go. Sell you anything for retail price. They don't jack up the price.
Awesome.
So,
that's how you keep customers.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Is like that place. Like I said, I even talked to like the owner, and he's like, "Yeah, I just I'm not doing this to like gouge people. I'm a collector, so I just want to, I want people to be able to get the stuff that maybe they don't get at the regular retail stores."
Yeah, no, it makes sense, right?
And so I just saw recently, I don't know if it's still there, but for a while they had the 2-pack there too for like a really good price.
Yeah, it's Toys R Us exclusive here, and
Okay.
I believe they're $90.
Whoo!
Yeah, and I actually bought it at a toy show from another local collector, vendor sometimes. Ken from Toy Connections. He's also on YouTube. He's local to me. He's a pretty cool guy. He likes his wrestling figures and his Transformers and the Motus and stuff too. So I had bought this from him at the toy show, and he gave me a deal of $80. I'm like, ooh, what a deal! So I was trying to do some trading, but we couldn't swing a deal. But I just had to get it, man.
Trades are a difficult thing. Sometimes
trades should be really easy when you have a table with 400 different freaking cool action figures on it, and he has a table. Actually, he had like 11 tables with hundreds and hundreds of cool action figures. Trades, if you can't do a trade as from one vendor to another, you're doing it wrong. Like you really are. Like even if you don't need, a third, whatever toy I have that you don't have or whatever, you make a deal. You don't.
Yeah.
Like I didn't make as much money as that toy show because I had to pay $80. I actually bought 3 or 4 things that which would rather have traded for. sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
I haven't had a comment in the chat. I know there's still people in here, so I'm gonna switch my camera here and I'm gonna open up a toy.
There we go. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. So while you're opening that up, actually, so I wound up giving away the Piper to somebody in like a giveaway. It was like an extra feature, but I kept the gloves, and I think I may have kept the robe, maybe, just so in case I wanted to use it for another character or another wrestler.
Yeah, I did reach out to Dino after I got this cool box and asked him, hey, do you want Roddy Piper? Like, I like him, but I'm a Mr. T guy. Yeah. And he's like, no, I think he said he had him.
Wow. Well, knowing Dino, I'm sure he probably did have him.
Oh, the noise!
I love it. I love it. Oh, it fills my heart with joy.
Stupid rubber bands.
Oh yeah,
rubber bands. It's actual freaking twist ties.
It's a little plastic, yeah. But no, yeah, these
don't break too easy, do they?
No.
Oh, this is really lame. You don't need to do that, toy companies. You don't need zap straps and duct tape and freaking. Hasbro just put the fucking Kleenex around it now, like
little plastic like rubber bands and stuff and everything. Like,
save the world, man. People are gonna choke on these little rubber bands. What's cool about this is not only does it come with the boxing gloves, it also comes with just hands as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I wound up putting the hands on Piper and then just giving that away to somebody.
I'm disappointed that
kept the gloves and the robe.
I'm disappointed that Piper does not come with a kilt. It is a robe, right? But in this scene, in this wrestling boxing event, he actually did wear tartan shorts as opposed to a kilt, which I don't understand why. Like,
well, I don't know. He had the robe, so I don't know if that was like, would the kilt even matter if you have the robe?
True. Yeah.
So,
get out of here. So we got Mr. T with extra hands.
Yeah, I just like him with the gloves on because I have the Storm Collectibles Ali.
It's basically the exact same. It's the exact same figure, right? It just painted his pants.
Yeah,
he's got shorts instead of pants. White shoes.
I mean, the molding is different around.
The head is the exact same.
Yeah, and maybe the chest.
Oh, for sure it is. Yeah. Well, they do what they got to do, right?
Oh yeah.
Hot Rod himself. Oh, he's got.
Yeah. Hot Rod.
Good likeness. Like the Mattel is really good at getting a lot of these legends likeness.
Oh yeah.
Andre the Giant, another one of my favorites.
Well, if you like Andre the Giant, they got the Elite Series 100, like an anniversary series.
Wearing clothes, like street clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks so cool.
And it's gonna be 2 different colors, so he's got a chase version.
Yeah, I saw a lot of those drops the other day on Instagram.
Yeah.
Didn't see any new Mr. T's, but
But they're also doing an Andre the Giant Ultimate Edition too.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So that'll be good. Yeah, I love that robe.
So yeah, this will be displayed in his robe, guaranteed.
Like I said, I have the Storm Collectibles Muhammad Ali.
Nice, yeah.
So I usually put these two together, posing. even
Now,
though Ali's a little bit taller.
does Storm make quality toys? I don't own any.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only Storm collectibles I believe I have, and that's only because I got them for like $50 or so.
This is just
And
like
it was
playing with
right
dollies,
when
Mark.
the what?
It's like playing with dollies.
Oh yeah,
This is more look like a bathrobe than, but yeah, badassery.
so nice.
Thanks to Canon Toy Connections for hooking me up with these badass toys.
Look at those.
And yes, extra cool that they come with extra hands as well.
Yep.
Grippy hands, of course. You need to grip stuff.
So in case you need to have a microphone and want to talk smack about your opponent, or beat him
Yeah,
up,
that's the other thing I was looking for is some Mr. T and Hulk Hogan, being interviewed by Mean Gene, and I couldn't find a lot, man. Like it's hard to find some of these old things. Like I don't have like the Wrestling Channel or NBC Peacock or any of these things for through the old archives. I got Google and YouTube. I found a lot of stuff. Again, like my favorites were the David Lettermans, but I put one in. I found one. I think it was either TikTok or Instagram where I put it in my story or a reel, and it was Mr. T was punching a bag, and Mean Gene comes up to him. Hey, Mr. T, how you doing? And he's like, "Don't interrupt, man, when he's training." Like when I'm done with Roddy Piper is gonna look like you, and I just loved it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because they just put out a whole set, and the Build-A-Figure was a Mean Gene.
Yeah.
And so I put that together recently, and I'm like,
tell you something, brother.
Now I think I did buy the Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan too. I don't know if I still have that.
Yeah,
so I may wind up putting those two together because this is the Ultimate Edition Mr. T.
Yeah. So
From
this I have thanks to my good friend Geek Strong. We all know Dino Machino is Geek Strong, so this is my next contribution to Toy Gods.
Hulkamania shirt on that you can rip. All the chain, the hat, like merch, just merch.
So if you haven't seen my old Halloween costume,
there you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
I pity the fool. If anybody that has a problem with me,
I really do pity the fools. It's no lie.
Oh yeah.
Nathan, look.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right. There's tape on here. How do you open these? Oh, they open like a book?
Yeah, you can open them up. You just have to go around the sides. Just tape all the way around.
And there's small kids in other countries that don't eat because of all this tape.
Pretty much.
It's a lot of tape. Cool. Again, collector-friendly packaging. Like
that's why I keep this.
And it's not a doll, Mark. This is an action figure.
That's why I keep this box. Like I like the box too. I don't usually keep boxes. But like here's the thing. Like look at the box. Look at the back of the box. The top part is the action figures posed in the same way that the live action versions are.
Yeah, that's very well done. I'm impressed with that. I noticed that as soon as they pulled the box.
I was like, I didn't notice that until I've bought in a few Ultimates before, and I didn't notice that until just now. Like not today, but like when I bought this one, I was like, holy cow. That's an action figure.
Are these Ultimates the top of the line wrestling figures by Mattel?
Yes. Basically it's supposed to be like the top of the line where it's like the most articulation. You get more accessories. You get more heads, cloth goods, hands.
This has got just a little chain by itself too. Look at that.
Yep.
More of these rubber bands. All right, enough of that. Oh, that's a sweet addition.
Like,
But yeah, again, it looks like the
like
two
even
heads.
just yeah.
But
Bring it
again,
down. Bring it. There you go. Yeah.
these are the same. It's the same heads again. So it's. I don't care. Keep making all the Mr. T's you want. Like, I'll buy them.
Oh yeah. No.
I think all they did was add like a chain.
But I think it's funny because I think because you can tell Mattel / WWE just like WWE just got into Mr. T license like a couple years ago, and they're like, I don't know how long the contract for, but you can tell they're trying to pump out as much Mr. T stuff as possible before it's over.
Well, I think how it works, like for Mattel wise and with Mr. T, I don't think they need his permission because he was
Well, I think
property of the entertainment brand, and that's the license they're paying for. And you kind of sign some rights away as soon as you sign up to be on WrestleMania. And
I think the thing is that I think Mr. T had to sign a Legends deal with WWE.
You're probably right. Yeah.
For WWE to be able to go, okay, because like there are legends out there that they still can't make figures of, even though they were a part of their company, because they don't have a Legends deal going on right now, so they can't just do whoever they used to have because they could be sued.
Yeah,
it's weird. Like the whole
people, like I remember when they had their different situations with Hulk Hogan and whatnot.
Yeah.
The Rock, and everything The Rock did for like 10 years after he stopped wrestling, he still had to be called The Rock. Like it was part of his, his brand and his contract. It's, I get it. But now he's finally, he's allowed to be called, Dwayne Johnson in his movies.
Yeah.
But he still uses The Rock. Like The Rock, he's still The Rock on Instagram and The Rock on Twitter. And
like The Rock, he was so like The Rock went through his own, like I don't want to say personal stuff, but it was like because he was literally under contract with WWE, so that's why he had to be called The Rock.
And he still is. I think he's gonna
win
the Royal Rumble and be in WrestleMania. Like it's.
Well, I think the thing is like after his regular contract ended and he just went straight into movies, then he wanted to be taken more seriously, so he called himself Dwayne Johnson. But now I think he's kind of come to terms and he's like, no, I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, exactly.
Yeah, so but I think he's had that ebb and flow with acting and what he used to be is in wrestling. It kind of, I'm both. So, and I think once he came to terms with that, I think that's when he kind of he became the most popular wrestler or superstar.
Sticky
flex
stick.
It. See?
Pity the fool. That's so awesome, man. I love it because that was the thing, man. He brought this on Letterman with him, and Letterman would say something stupid, and Mr. T would like go. He's like, "Remember I told you?" He's like, Letterman's like, "Yeah. If you bend it 5 times, you're gonna break my desk or something." And he's like, "How many have you bent it so far?" And he's like, 3. So David Letterman's like, "Okay, I'll be good from now on." Just the best, man. Like I'm a huge David Letterman fan as well, but
I think David Letterman is probably one of the better interviewers out there, and like he's able to
had some of the coolest, fun, and silly moments on the late night, talk show. Whether it's
he knows how to like
Barrymore, pulling up her shirt.
But he knows how to play into it, and like he enhances his guests with like the way he is.
Like now, I would love to see Mr. T on the new David Letterman that he does on Netflix or whatever, like Next Guest or whatever that show is called.
Yeah,
and it would be awesome if Mr. T brought his his character to the stage with him for that episode.
Bring the flex bar with him.
Just want to test. It says there's only 2 people in the chat. Come on, man. We need more people in the chat for the Mr. T special. We got the rip away shirt. I love this.
Yeah, that is cool.
Oh, it is ripped on the back too. Look at that.
Yeah. It's that Hulk Hogan shirt.
Love it. Love it. Extra hands as well. Oh, fisty fists.
Hands galore.
So yeah, thanks very much to Geek Strong for sending this my way, Mr. T Ultimate.
Yeah, no. Like, that's the thing, is like, I think one of my goals from a Mr. T standpoint is to get the Playmobil 18.
Yeah, I want it to. I'm waiting for a sale price because they're $120 here.
Yeah, it's like a couple $100 out here. And I'm like,
I think they're $80 in the States, $80 American. The Playmobil 18 man.
If it is, I'll see.
Yeah, they're still on Amazon and whatnot, and they did go on sale for $50 a couple weeks ago on Amazon, and I think even on the UK Amazon they went on sale for $40-50. So Canada Amazon doesn't have a lot of sales, unfortunately. So I do buy a lot of stuff from Amazon in the US.
Yeah,
just to try and take advantage of some of the sales and whatnot that are going on. Yeah,
no, definitely. Yeah, so, I think Dave's event is probably, I think everybody's trying to get that diorama.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to pull it up here and let's see what's going on.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Like that Playmobil and some vintage stuff, I really want to see.
Oh, everyone's in there.
Oh, so Joseph Michaels is one of his guests.
Joseph Michaels. Okay, yeah.
He's the gentleman in the middle. I don't know who's down below with no picture.
Oh, I can't see. Maybe that's Duff Man.
Maybe.
Oh, Cat's been eliminated from existence. Sorry, Cat.
But yeah, no, it's yeah, like I said, the vintage stuff. I think I may have seen one at a toy store recently, and I was like, I don't know, I wasn't, because right now on my channel, I'm kind of in a changing mode where I need to think more about finances.
Yeah,
no, I hear you, dude.
There is a method to the madness of Scarif After Dark. Is there? Is there really? Let's say hello to Left Coast Graphics. Rick, he pities the fool. He pities the fool, and we all know whatever you're talking about on Left Coast.
Oh, is that Rebels?
Let them breathe.
It sounded like Rebels laugh.
Ed, yeah, it did sound like Ed.
There you go. Left Coast's YouTube channel. But guys, don't forget about, he not only has a YouTube channel,
who's streaming right now.
He not only has a YouTube channel, but he also has an immensely amazing website.
Dave is awesome, dude, man. I really appreciate Dave.
Oh no, David, like so that is the reason. Like Dave and I are closer in age, and so him and I kind of similar mentalities, and that's why I always call him my brother from another mother and father.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of refer to each other like that, and just because we're so similar.
Especially if you're a big fan of Star Wars.
But
his pins are amazing.
There you go. Thanks for the shout out, Dave.
To fit on a vintage card.
Send everyone over to my show.
Was in a box.
But it's funny because I was just going to tell people, because I just opened up Serpentor.
You never learn.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday. What do you think?
Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm not sure about the Mindbender guy, man. That guy's right out of gay porn shit. That's
no.
I know that he looked like that in the 80s as his recorder figure. He's wearing like a
Yeah,
Soft.
that's always been a little weird.
It's very
And-
weird.
But the stuff that comes with him, like a brain in a jar or
Yeah,
a
it's got a
severed hand,
skull.
you got skull, and you can put the brain inside the skull.
Oh, is that right? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, comes with little mini syringes and a gun, a couple guns. Like you could have a whole mad scientist set up for him. You get
You like
Duffman,
better, the guy with the skateboard or the guy in the gay porno?
skateboard.
Serpentor?
Serpentor is way above. Like I've been waiting for Serpentor. Like I'm kind of. There's a couple stuff I'm still waiting for, but once Serpentor came in,
I'm dressing my dolly here.
oh yeah, go for it. But I'm kind of
My arms. Like,
done with GI Joes. I'm done with GI Joes.
classifieds you got now?
Oh, I'm probably close to 20 or 25,
Okay. So you're
but it's not like maybe 30 because I got several bats, but I only get some of the stuff that really like speaks to what I remember. I don't get like the offshoot stuff like the Tiger Force and the Python Patrol stuff. I'm like,
The space has been eliminated.
I just get the regular standard ones. I don't even get all of them. Just a couple of ones I really like and remember, like Destro, Cobra Commander. Like I said, Serpentor came. Now all I'm waiting for are the Crimson Guards and Zorana, and I really will be done because like the twins came in. And the twins
that
were always my favorite.
female dreadnought chick?
Yeah,
Yes, they look pretty good. I always like those characters. They were very, Mad Max like.
oh yeah, the dreadnoughts. Like I think if they make any more dreadnoughts, I'll probably pick them up and look on Amazon for like motorcycles.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You hear that?
he said I've been erased.
Oh, okay? I guess you're hearing my stream here.
I do highly recommend endorse.
So I think I'm going to display this guy like this. Just
Nice.
The
Okay.
single
Yeah.
chain. And is it a cross?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a cross.
Yeah.
With
I
his
went
his
full
80s
forward.
Hogan hat.
I
Yeah,
went
just
full
because the other
forward.
one already has a robe, right?
Oh yeah, no, mine's is no robe.
And this robe's cool because it just says Mr. T on it.
Yeah.
So this is boxing robe, and this is tag team with Hulk Hogan mode.
Yeah. No,
There's
that's
another
cool.
cool video I was watching too. Was Mr. T and Hogan like training for WrestleMania in New York,
Oh yeah.
and they went to Central Park, and how they're going to train is they're going to go beat up muggers. That's what, because Mr. T's like, I'm a street fighter. I'll teach you, Hogan. I'll teach you how to street fight. And then they show him jogging in the park, and they're like, "Wow, we just beat up 7 muggers. How was that?" And he's like, "We elbowed them," and it was so funny. And then they go to a little grocery store, like a bodega in New York, and Mr. T gets a basket. He's like, "Okay, now we get some health food and some protein." And he's like, "Let's get some bananas," and he just starts shoving bananas in his throat. And raisins are good. He's telling Hogan, "You got to eat lots of raisins." And juice, we got to get carrot juice. And so they get some carrot juice. And then there's like a salad-looking bowl. And Mr. T's like, "What's this?" to the lady working there. And they're like, wheatgrass. And he's like, "Okay, we got to eat some wheatgrass, Hogan." And Hogan's like, I don't know about that. And Mr. T's like, "Okay, yeah, no grass. We don't do grass. No." So I'm like, oh, this is classic, man. This is like,
I gotta find this. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like literally when WrestleMania was starting, like the first couple years, I was maybe like 4. So like I didn't know anything from hole in my head. So I wasn't even into wrestling at the time. So I didn't even know about it until like later on down the road. And so like, yeah, I've caught up and watched some stuff, but like when it first came out, I didn't even it wasn't even on my radar.
all right, I'm going to show it here. Absolutely love that.
Oh my goodness, that is good.
Dead meat, I tell you.
That was.
What's that one with me and Gene?
Go back up. Go back up. Keep going up. Keep going. 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 Talking about that one right there.
This one?
In the right down. Right there. That it?
This is one. This is a 8-minute one.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dave.
StreamYard. Hey, I'm using StreamYard.
On Sunday afternoon, March 31st, it's WrestleMania. Get your tickets to the greatest sports entertainment closed-circuit TV spectacular of all time. Mr. T risks it all, wrestling for the first time, teaming up with champion Hulk Hogan versus Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Guest tag team MR.T, ring announcer Billy Martin, referee Muhammad Ali. Get your tickets now to WrestleMania on closed-circuit TV. Don't miss it.
I can't play that just because they're playing that music.
Yeah.
But let's get a quick Letterman clip, man, because it was just some of the best television ever, in my opinion.
Makes his acting debut in Rocky III, and if you've seen the film, you know that he isn't an easy guy to forget. If you haven't, you'll soon see why. Please welcome Mr. T.
So badass, dude.
I'd love to see a figure just dressed like that, all black.
You make an impressive entrance. Before we get started, you were so frightening in that motion picture. And have you acted before, or was that just you we were watching there?
Well, the character calls to be hungry, and I've been hungry all my life, so it wasn't no problem. That's why I wear these combat boots, because it's symbolic of my struggle. I'm born in the ghetto and raised on welfare, so that's what sort of the character was about.
Yeah.
A lot of people mistake him for being mean and hateful. He don't hate, he's just hungry. He's been pushed aside so long. Here he's the #1 challenger, and still he don't get a shot at the title, so that makes the guy mad. I've been lost a lot of jobs and things like that.
What kind of jobs were you like secretarial work, I'm guessing, is out. Just a joke.
Yeah.
He's got a stress ball in his hand.
That's why I'm squeezing his ball, because if I won't get too mad. I was mad last week. I was supposed to come on, and I'm a very impatient guy. A lot of things I could be doing. So I come here. I said, so in case he get to telling them corny jokes, I'm gonna squeeze his ball. If I squeeze the ball too many times, if you see me squeeze the ball over 10 times, that means cut the jokes on the square. It's about 6 times already.
Six. We're up to 6. So we have 6 over here. Now you're just. Let's explain what happened last week. You were scheduled to be on the show, and we ran out of time. I know what it was. It was the elevator races.
Right. That really made me mad.
Really? Were you actually angry about that?
Oh, I'm very mad. Some man.
Okay, he's actually a little more tamer there, but.
My first guest tonight is one of the stars, one of the biggest stars on this television network. Well, I guess of all television. The show that he appears on regularly is called 15, and so we like to think of him as family. He is also appearing at Madison Square Garden this Sunday night as part of the big WrestleMania. Boy, you hardly hear anything about this, do you? You're keeping it a secret, apparently. Anyway, please welcome back to our show, Mr. T. The first time you were on this show was 2.5 years ago? At least 2 years ago, I think.
3 years ago,
3 years
1982,
yeah.
July.
He remembers.
You got a TV show, a big star. It's just like
Well, I want to correct you. I'm not a star. Georgia Part is the star of the show. I'm a co-star.
Okay, co-star. Well, see, that's a very nice thing for you to say.
Well, I just tell the truth.
Yeah.
I don't get caught up in all the ego tripping. I'm just glad to be a part of the team.
Yeah, but let me ask you this, and you can't answer this objectively, of course, but if you weren't on that show, do you think it would be the success that it has been?
Oh, yes, it would. Yes, it would.
No, I don't think so.
Well, like I said, mainly I'm just so grateful to God for all my success. I don't get into You know, I'm a team player.
Let me ask you, how has your life changed? Because when you were here before, there was no cartoon show about your life. You had no TV series. You had no books. You probably had an agent. But now I'm guessing you've got managers, agents, accountants, lawyers.
You're guessing.
Yeah.
Well, there are 3 people on me: an agent, accountant, and attorney. My agent makes the deal. My accountant counts my money. My attorney handles the lawsuits that I'm faced with, you know, for me calling people and things like that. And that's all I need next to God. I don't need nobody else. You don't want to see a big entourage of people hanging around me.
Yeah.
Parasites and leeches.
That's a good way to lose your good way to lose your money.
And I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
You know, but they weren't my friends when I was poor, so I tell them I'll be petting me on the back now.
Now, what about your friends from where you?
These guys are professional. They've been wrestling for years, and they cheap shot artists. They dirty. They do every trick in the book. So I cannot take these guys lightly. They are strong. They're in physical condition. So I've been training myself for five weeks. I lost 27 pounds. So we can't take these guys lightly. We got to be training every moment of the day.
Look at Dave.
You're clowning.
You're clowning.
You're clowning. One of these days, I don't know what it's gonna take. You know, it's gonna take a couple more you reporter, you host guys get hurt for you realize that wrestling is serious. You know.
Now wait a minute.
You know. That's right. Ooh, nothing. Guy got hurt last night.
All right. Now wait a minute. Let me
tell you about the guy.
So do you remember that when that happened when Hulk Hogan? It wasn't David Letterman. It was another late night talk show host, and there he's like, "Oh, wrestling's fake, whatever," and he literally DDT'd him on the stage, and like, you know, apparently the guy got hurt, right? Like he knocked him out, basically.
I think I remember something.
Yeah, it was the same week that they're promoting this WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and then in other years, the King not Harley Race,
Jerry the King Lawler
was,
and Andy Kaufman
were promoting a different WrestleMania, and then, you know, again, they're bringing out their characters on, you know, live TV in America to make it seem like it's all real and stuff. But yeah, no, Larry the King Lawler actually, you know, bitch slapped the other guy. Like,
I remember that. Yeah,
he didn't break his neck like they made it seem like, whatever, but he hurt him. But like
I think
he made it look real, and it was pretty real looking.
I think that one was based on because he was having a match against Andy Kaufman.
Yes,
and they were, and I think it was supposed to be not as heavy as a slap, but it wound up becoming a heavy slap.
Oh, he knocked him out of his chair, man! Like,
yeah,
wham! I love it. It's a good watch too. And if you've seen the movie, what's his name? I can't remember the comedian's name who played Andy Kaufman in that movie.
Oh, Jim Carrey, I think it was.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey played him in a movie To the Moon or something it was called.
Yeah.
Good movie, man. And they kind of go over that little thing that happened on that talk show as well.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of. I think I've seen like snippets of like other documentaries talking about that.
Yeah, he's a weird dude, man. Like, I'm not saying he's weird.
No.
I mean, he was kind of a weird guy back then. Nowadays, we got like, you know, Shia LaBeouf weird, and you know, now we got Kanye weird going on the past couple of days. Like, yeah, man. Sometimes people just bring it out of they got to dig deep and pull out some stupid thing for them to do, so that they, you know, they're talked about on the internet. Kind of
everybody's trying to stay relevant.
Like what Ye did the other day. Now he's officially said he's running for president of America, and how much he loves, you know, Mr. Adolf, and like, really, dude?
Yeah.
The shit he did the past couple of days, like, he walked off some YouTube guy podcast when the guy didn't like him making fun of Jewish people, and he called him out on it. His show.
Yep.
Kanye just left, and then he showed up the next day on like the most weirded out American guy's channel because he's banned from YouTube and every other social media. So he showed up at
Trump,
a mask.
He showed up at Trump's party with a white nationalist.
Yes, a person that everyone dislikes in every community. And I'm thinking he just did that to troll Donald, to be honest. Like,
I don't know. Now, I don't know. I don't know what Kanye does to do. I don't know. Because I stopped paying. Like, if the news didn't report on him, I would not know.
I didn't see it on the news. I saw other YouTubers talking about it, right? Because
I've seen other YouTubers talking about it. I've seen
social media thing.
On the news.
I don't think they're going to bring up on the news like Entertainment Tonight. I'm pretty sure they won't do a piece on Kanye talking about how much he likes Adolf. I don't think they would do it. It's just wrong to put on television. It's not entertaining to talk about.
The news talked about it.
Did they?
But they said we're not going to show you any of the stuff he put on Twitter. But
because now he's tweeting, and I guess he wants to be the first guy to get banned from the new Twitter. I think
he got banned from Twitter.
Did he yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's now the only guy, I think.
Yeah, he's the only person that's been banned.
Elon invited everyone back. And that's hilarious.
I was like, wait a minute, he got banned? Somebody must have. I think Elon Musk must have missed it. He must be on vacation or something.
Well, Elon was actually commenting on Kanye's tweets. Like, he won't comment on my tweets. You know, I'm trying to get Elon just to follow me back. You know, hey, follow me back. You know, show me you're real, and he didn't. So he's not real. He's fake.
Yeah,
Elon's a hologram.
He's a robot. He's an AI program.
Disrobe some of my chains. So this one's just got a padlock on it. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, this may not be easy.
Oh, there you go.
In high school, me and a couple buddies, we were known as the Caddy Bros.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that could take a while, so I'll do that after. What else you got going on this weekend, Nathan?
This weekend, so I'm redoing my shelves.
Oh yeah, I know it's a blank spot.
So I got a lot of spaces, and I'm just going to do wrestling on this side and other stuff on that side. And like you can see, I don't know if you can tell, there's like a pile of figures.
Oh yeah,
on the floor over there. So
I love piles.
Like over there's my Motu, and it's going to be my G.I. Joe section. So you can see Serpentor all the way over there in the area.
Yeah, so you like his sled? Is it?
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's huger than I thought it was going to be. Like, and I like it.
Cha-ching. Oh yeah, these are all like 100 karat gold, man. These are.
I can tell. You are big money, Rick.
Okay. Yeah.
But other than that, so next was it? I think Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, I'm gonna do my game show.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it back. We'll have 3 contestants.
Oh man, that's like 10 pounds. I just lost 10 pounds.
There you go.
That's how Mr. Beast is in such shape, because he's carrying around 20 pounds of gold.
And the goal is going to be somebody by the end of the day is going to win, because I got an extra Serpentor.
No shit.
Yeah. So I got it just because I know some people were having issues finding it. So I wanted to give it away to somebody.
Did you get yours from Hasbro or another?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Hasbro. So
you've had good luck ordering. I haven't ordered from Hasbro in many years because they don't offer free shipping to Canada. So it's
been 50-50
with several other retailers that aren't Hasbro. So I use them. Like
Amazon. It's been 50-50 with Hasbro, because sometimes I miss out on some stuff, but I got lucky with Serpentor and Mindbender. You know.
Yeah. Mindbender's a little weird to me. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Here we're playing with all these topless figures, and I'm thinking Mindbender's weird. But it reminds me of like the banana hammock that Borat is wearing in this movie, that big yellow thing that, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of. He looks like the guy from Queen.
Oh, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, because just a little bit, the little bit of a mustache going on. It's pretty cool. Like the purple and black is rad.
Yeah,
like the chain suspenders and the metal crotch plate.
There you go.
Is this cape soft goods?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Serpentor, does he have a cape or no?
Yeah, he's got a cape.
Okay,
It's
I
soft.
know he's got two different headpieces, right? So
Yeah, he's got a smaller headpiece, but I like it with the bigger headpiece, like it was classic.
yeah. You just can't articulate the head as much, right?
Yeah. But yeah, the sled is nice. So yeah, now, like I said, now it's just setting stuff up and going back in my boxes over here and start taking stuff out.
Okay. So does that mean, Nathan, you don't have?
No. Nope.
Try that again. I pity the poor fool.
You're crazy.
Yeah. I think that's the only one. I think I've seen that before.
Always listen to their parents. So yeah, there's this Mr. T. He's got like the long pants.
Yeah.
My favorite jacket is this jacket. So what I want someone to do, because I'm not a sewing machine, I want someone to make me a vest like this for 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
And because Motu is making another Mr. T, I want a denim vest for this size. It might even the same size might fit both. But that's my challenge. It's it won't be easy to make, but I know it can be done. I really study hard in school. Crazy. So there's this one in the denim jacket with the pull string in the back. And then the other one, I don't think this one talks. Authentic action figure of the A-Team Superstar. So, and this one's got the overalls. Basically the same toy. And he's got a couple of like real chains and the earrings, which always go missing is his earrings. Oh, that's what I forgot to wear was my earrings today.
Oh, I think I'm frozen. Yeah. So that's on me. I need to check my camera.
Close note anyway. So Galoob, this one is not talking, but different outfit.
Yeah.
So just want to thank Nathan for coming by today and talking Mr. T action figures with me. I hope somebody got a little bit out of this as we, maybe showed some toys you didn't know existed or you didn't know you needed to get, but now you need to get them. Thanks to the hundreds and hundreds of people who stopped by in the chat today. And thousands. Yeah, I did get up to about 2,000 at one point, right? And and enjoy the replay as Mr. T Day is officially begun. So let's leave with a Mr. T outro. And I truly do pity all the fools, just so everyone knows, and don't give me no back talk, sucker. So thanks, Nathan. Thanks all the people in the chat.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate being on.
You're the man, Nathan. Thanks very much for stopping by.
Always.
The name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen and listen good. I'm talking to you. When a new kid moves in on your block, what's your attitude? Do you figure, what do we need him for? Well, I pity the fool that makes that mistake. You want to know why? Then watch what happened in San Francisco when a new member joined our team and tried to help solve the mystery of the golden medallions.
Left coast is the best coast.